Face to the screen again, slaves. It's been a while. Today's content is based on recycling. And this lady the other day, and she seemed like a sweet woman, I have no problem with her. She just wanted to know about whether or not we recycled everything we take off of the job site. And, some of the glass we are hauling away is laminated, insulated glass, or it could be, like hurricane impact resistant. So it's going to have two layers of glass with it's like an Oreo cookie. Like the middle layer is like Lexan plastic, like bulletproof. Like if you make enough layers of it, it would be bulletproof. That's how they make bulletproof glasses. Normally several layers of glass and several layers of the Lexan in the middle. But boy, I'm not really an expert in recycling that stuff. You can't just expect to melt that down, And it reminded me of, I let her down gently. I told her we do recycle as much as we possibly can, of course the aluminum's getting recycled because there's money in that, but like the glass, God bless you if you can find a way to recycle that stuff. You can file a patent and make a lot of money. But here's the deal, like there's a lot of stuff that ends up in the landfill, even if it has a recycling stamp on it, or if you put it in the recycling bin, you expect it to be recycled. Reminds me of the story I heard about and this is not first-hand experience, but like the Keurig K-cups, like the little tiny cups you put in like the single cup coffee maker things. Well, those things, they're made from plant cellulose, so cool. It's a nice little plastic made from plants, and then inside you got like the coffee grinds, and they have some unburnt calories left in them also. So the story I heard basically is that they get recycled right into the furnace, which is fine with me, because if you're going to take that stuff and burn it, make it into if you're going to make it into steam, and then you're going to turn a turbine, and you're going to turn a generator, you're going to make electricity with it, that sounds good to me. Like, recycle it right into the furnace, because what's the alternative? You take a wet-ass coffee filter that made like 10 cups of coffee that nobody even drank all 10 cups. Like, an hour later, nobody wanted to drink it because it was old. So then you take all those coffee grinds and that wet filter and just throw it in the garbage, and that goes to a landfill. But like the Keurig K cup, at least if that thing is going and getting burned in an incinerator, people think recycling is you take it and make something new out of it. Well, at least they made energy out of it. So I think I've beaten that point into the ground. But I just wanted to tell the lady all these different things about recycling that most people don't understand. I understand that she's an older lady and just wants everything to be recycled. Hey man, we want to take care of the planet. All of us do. And if you don't, you got to be a little bit fucking insane. But I didn't really have the right answer for her. Like, even tempered glass, I'm not sure how much you can just melt down tempered glass and make new stuff out of it, because it's already been treated in a way like it's created a granular structure in the glass, or even like there's plastics and there's different types of things that can be recycled, and there's some things that just can't be recycled very well, and you have to consider the amount of energy it takes to recycle those things versus producing new stuff. And what else can I really say about it? It just seems to me like some people are just, we need to make recycling mandatory. That reminds me of like in high school, there was a girl we had a project like, hey, everybody make like a piece of legislation, and it was civics class, so make a piece of legislation. And the one girl, her idea was we should just make recycling mandatory. And I was like, but then you have to consider, and I was in like 9th grade, maybe 8th, 9th grade, and I was like, well, you have to consider first of all the cost of enforcement. You have to have somebody go around and actually write tickets to people. What are you going to do? You have somebody pick through everybody's garbage? You can't mandate recycling. You can't. Like, you can encourage it. You can do all kinds of stuff to encourage it. Say, hey man, you put the 10-cent deposit on a liquor bottle or whatever, and like they do in other states, or, some places have like deposits, and that makes sense, I guess, but it's not mandatory. You cannot mandate it. Like, and that's how fucked up it was. Like, even, God, this has to have been at least 25 years ago that the girl in class just thought that the best thing to do was mandate something. Just let's mandate it. I don't know what her opinions are these days. She might have grown up out of that, but why would you mandate something that doesn't even, it's not even really proven to be effective, for one thing, you know? Or how much are we really gaining by taking all the time and effort to separate all this shit and recycle it? Like a pizza box, you can recycle cardboard all day, but like a pizza box has all that pizza grease on it. You can't just, that's going to spoil a whole batch of recycled cardboard. You can't just, like, a lot of people are like, I have to recycle every scrap of everything, and then they end up putting some shit in there that just contaminates the whole batch. So then they got to pay more money for people to fucking waste their time to get that shit the fuck out of there. And I know I'm really getting profane now at this point. I'm going to put in the description that, like, about 5 minutes and 30 seconds in, I'm going to get nasty. But I guess I've pretty much made my point now. It's like stepping over dollars to pick up pennies, or whatever you want to call it. Your priorities are out of whack a little bit if you just think that recycling is the only be-all, end-all of everything. Like, I mean, my strategy, I'd show you my garage, but there's so much garbage and shit in there that, like, I'm keeping it all out of the landfill. I'm doing my civic duty, if you ask me. Yeah, some people would say I'm a hoarder or I got too much shit, but no, I don't. I'm just keeping it out of the landfill as a civic duty. So that's my excuse, and thank you very much for watching. Keep your face to the screen, slaves.